and welcome back to the channel. I know I've been gone for ages, but today I'm here to talk about something that I'm really passionate about, and I have been converting people to this for years. 5 years I have been doing this. What have I been doing, you might ask? Oh, what was that? Oh, bullet journaling. Bullet journaling. Now before you go running for the hills, don't worry, we've all seen the Instagram posts of the really aesthetically pleasing bullet journals full of calligraphy and doodles, and as lovely as they are, if you're not artistically inclined, it doesn't mean you can't bullet journal. In fact, the bullet journal was set up to be functional above everything else. So today I'm going to give you the bare bones, the true basics of the bullet journal, and I'm going to prove to you that it is worth at least giving a go. Essentially, a bullet journal came from the idea that all of those post-its and lists and various notebooks that you have should all be in one book. So this one book becomes the only book you need. It's got your calendar, it's got your diary, your journal, your friends' birthdays, movies to watch, whatever you want, you can put it in your bullet journal. And it sounds like a really simple concept, and that's because it is. The bullet journal was made for ease of use. Now over the 5 years of me doing it, I've switched between using it very practically, using it a bit like the Instagram posts and over decorating it and putting aesthetic over function. And then I've settled where I think I am now, which is a nice sort of blend of all the things I've really enjoyed about the bullet journal. And that's the point, with our ever-changing lives, we need a book that can be as versatile as we need it to be. If you're anything like me, certainly right now I am working from home, but even in general, I'm self-employed. Some weeks I need a dedicated calendar that maps every hour of my day. And other times I need just a to-do list for that week. And with the bullet journal, I have the flexibility to do that. Are you starting to get the idea now? Now, like anyone that's been bullet journaling for a while, I have my favourite notebook and pen. However, all you need to get started is just a notebook and a pen. It could be a repurposed school book and an IKEA pencil for all I care. You just need a piece of paper and a pen. Now, we'll do a video in the future about why I use what I use, but that's not relevant right now. Right now, we are going to talk about how to structure a bullet journal. And again, the key here is versatility. So if something I say doesn't sit well with you, you think I'm never going to use that, give it a go. If it doesn't work, just scrap it. You don't need to have anything in your bullet journal. I have gone for years and years having lists of books to read, and as much as I would love to be one of these people that digests loads of books, I just don't read enough. So why do I need an entire page spread dedicated to books that I am not going to read? Now, in terms of the general bullet journal structure, most of them start with a future log, which is like a year to view kind of thing. This is where you put those dates that are way, way far in the future, and it allows you to just kind of see your year at a glance. Following on from this, you have your monthly calendar. I know some people literally write the day of the week and the day of the month in just a long list, and that's enough for them, but I tend to lay mine out more like a traditional monthly calendar just because it's easier for my brain to digest. But the purpose is that you're slowly going in on those dates, so you can really pick out what are the important tasks, what are the dates I have coming up, the events I need to sort. This leads to your dailies. Now this is where the real magic of the bullet journal comes in. So at this point you're probably going, why is it called a bullet journal if it's just a bunch of calendars? Well, your dailies utilise a symbol system so that everything is just there really quickly. You can get it out of your head and on the page, and it is done. You have a simple bullet for tasks you need to do. If you complete that task, you can cross it out. If it gets cancelled, which 2020, 2021, just put a line through the whole thing. If you didn't manage to do it today, but it does need to get done, then you look forward in your bullet journal. If you do what's called a weekly spread, then you have your week planned out and you can go, okay, Thursday, I don't have much going on, I can do it then. Or if you're like me and you do something called rolling dailies, which is you write your to-do list and your events the night before, then you just wait until you have a gap in your calendar. You rewrite your tasks, and then the previous task, so say it was supposed to be done on a Monday, you just put a little arrow to say that you're migrating it to, I don't know, Thursday. Simple. And it means that you no longer have those to-do lists that just sit on your list for months and months and months, because they are constantly giving you reminders that this needs to get done, this needs to get done. Events tend to be a big circle. I also use a hyphen just for notes, so like if I've got a fun memory from that day, I might write a note saying how much of a great day I had. That's where the sort of journal comes in, but you don't have to do that. And I've also taken to using a little triangle, which in my head is like a party hat to symbolise people's birthdays, just because it saves me writing out, you know, Hannah's birthday, Amy's birthday. Like, that's the general crux of it, is that it uses shorthand to make your life easier. Now, when it comes to those lists that I talked about at the beginning, things like books to read, movies to watch, people to buy presents for, people to call, anything like that, you can just put anywhere in your bullet journal and just make an index at the front of it. Now, I never really liked the flipping all the way through my book, so in general I try and keep my lists at the front of my book, like the ones that I'm going to be going back to throughout the whole year, and then any sort of one-off lists I will just slap in the middle of May. But when you're first starting out, I really do recommend that you try the index system, because if you're anything like me, you will see all of these lovely lists and you'll think, oh my god, that is such a good idea, I need to use that. You'll write it down and you will never look at it again. So at least for the first few months, just kind of take it all in, use it. I like the phrase, hold on tightly, let go loosely. But that is the basics of the bullet journal. It's really not that complicated, and the main point is that it is about you. So don't get sucked in by all the pretty pictures. If you want to add a splash of colour, you want to be a bit more artistic, feel free, but know that it's not a requirement. Please remember that the bullet journal works best when you prioritise function over aesthetic. But if you do want to send me a picture of your spreads, that would be really cute. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. If you've got any questions or you want any advice, like I said, I've been bullet journaling now for 5 years, so please pick my brain for things. I love talking about it. Have a lovely day and stay safe.